of insecurity in our region, and also to share concerns from our communities, from historical mistrust to different levels of land grabbing and every other things that are going on. And Mr. President has promised to also strengthen the peace structures and make our community as safe. So for the North Central region, we've launched what we call the Presidential Community Engagement Peace Structures across the 121 local governments. We've done 43 out of 121 local governments. We've set up community peace structures to strengthen peace and also social cohesion across the North Central region. We've done 43, 21 for Kogi State and 23 for Benue. And this week I'll be going to Plateau State to set up another community peace structure across the 72 local government of Plateau State, where we'll be engaging different leaders of association from the CAN to the MACBAM, to Mieti Allah, to the ALFAN, the Association of Farmers Associations, the traditional rulers, the youth, and the NCW, and how to strengthen social cohesion in the North Central region. So briefly, that's what we've been able to discuss with Mr. President, and we have gotten Mr. President's assurance to maintain peace and bring lasting solution to the insecurity in the North Central region. I also identify how the infrastructure bad roads between Kogi and Kwara is amplifying insecurity, where we have bandits occupying the ungoverned forest in Kogi, from Kaba to Bunu to Egbe. All the bad roads from those areas is amplifying insecurity, and he has promised to, reach out to the necessary ministers to make sure that that is being addressed. We also share concerns about how illegal mining is also increasing the level of insecurity in our region, and we're all working towards to making sure that there's peace and lasting solution in our region. Up to now, for our office, we started what is called listening tours across the North Central region, where we had town halls meeting. I also organized what we call North Central Peace Summit, where we have the former Chief of Defense Staff in attendance in Jos, where we gather all the stakeholders. So we've been working before now. It's just that some of us are not, here, or we don't come around here to have briefing. All of us from our region have been doing fantastic work. You can check us out on our pages, on our website, and you'll see what we've been doing. And, for the peace structure we're setting up, I just left Benue. I've been in Kogi. Now I'm going to Plateau. We're doing that across the North Central region, where we'll be setting up peace structures. And we have citizens assembly in operations across all our region, where we're continuing engagement. People at the grassroots have our phone numbers. They reach out to us when they have issues. And we also use the same platform to educate them about federal government interventions and programs. I have statistics of killings that have been happening in the North Central region some from 2010 to 2023. In Plateau State, let me make emphasis on Plateau State. From 1994 to 2023, we've recorded over 6,571 deaths in Plateau State alone. So what we're dealing with is not something that started during President Tinubu's administration. It has been things that have been happening for years, for decades, which governments have not paid. Some governments have not paid attention onto, and Mr. President should not be blamed for that. I am a Christian. The GOC of 2 division in Plateau State is a Christian. Most of our DSS state directors are Christian in the North Central region. We're doing everything in our power to make sure that we're reporting exactly what is happening and make sure that criminals are arrested. For the military, they've arrested over 1,591 criminals who have been tied to insecurity, who have been tied to banditry in Plateau State alone, and we have the records coming in. So, I've also summarized the white paper report from 2004 till date in Plateau State alone. Most of the underlying root causes of what is causing the crisis right now is still the same thing. Land grabbing, right? Historical mistrust between different people of different tribes and groups, illegal mining, fueling insecurity. Those are some of the major issues, and it has not changed. Both Muslims and Christians are being killed across the North Central region, from what you've seen happening in Kogi State and Kwara, and adding that even to what is happening in Plateau State. So we are monitoring the issue. Like we said, it's majorly about historical mistrust that is happening and reprisal attacks coming up in Plateau State and Benue State majorly. But all the security agencies are working hand in hand to make sure that we calm things down and also sensitize people. All of us have what we call the citizen assembly structure, where we have volunteers in our community reporting to us what is going on. And we also use the same platform to educate them and sensitize them about what the federal government is doing to mitigate violence. In my church, while I was in church last Sunday, I've received calls one for the native in one of the just not about crisis, about a farm product that has been born, another call from the group of Mieti Hala that the crowds were arrested. And we are managing those conflicts. What we're doing together is making sure that all the different groups of interest sit down together to hear themselves talk, engage in deliberate dialogue. We are continuing that, and that's part of the program I said I'm going for Plateau State to do. We've invited over 10 different associations that's part of the people, concerned about the issues that is happening in Plateau State. MACMA will be there, the CAN Association will be there, the Alphan groups will be there, the NCWS will be there, and the youth are also going to be in that program. So we are doing a deliberate effort. I will also conclude lastly with my chieftaincy title that was given to me by a Christian community in the North Central region, which is Nasarawa. This community is in Akwanga local government, gave me this chieftaincy title based on the appreciation of what we've done to mitigate or calm insecurity in their region. For 5 years, the village here told me they couldn't sleep in their region. And when we came on board, based on the community engagement effort, we escalated the report of the crisis in their community to the highest level. The Minister of Defense came into play, and right now we have a military checkpoint in that local government to calm things down. And since the military checkpoint has been there, there has been peace and peace in that community to show what we've been doing in a Christian community in the North Central region. So we are not folding our hands, we are continuing engaging with people, because once people's concerns are heard, it's one step in addressing some of their needs. And we are also reaching out to all the stakeholders to be open and also share intelligence reports to the security agencies so that their needs can be addressed immediately.
The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Community Engagement for Southeast. I was able to share with the President what we have done so far in Southeast, that we hit the ground running by setting up a citizens' assembly where we can hear all the things that the citizens in the Southeast have to talk about the President. We are able to take all the President's policies to the grassroots and make sure that the people know what the President is doing for them. I also congratulated the President that for the first time, the Southeast felt included in the scheme of things. I told him that we've not seen, in fact, I told him that it's been long that we saw any federal presence in the Southeast. But now, because of his appointment of the minister, we are seeing a lot of road construction ongoing. We are seeing a lot of things that are happening in the Southeast, courtesy of his government. I also told him that Southeast was tired of the sit at home every Monday. We can't, as a region, be sitting at home every Monday and allowing others to decide our fate. We are also waiting for him to also address the other issues that are raised in Southeast. We were able to tell him about I was able to tell him about the agric program that is ongoing, and he promised to support us. I also told him about the Skill Up Southeast that is ongoing, where I'm training people from all the 95 local governments in the Southeast, and he also pledged his support. So I want to thank Mr. President for creating this office. This is the first time we're having a presidential community engagement team, and my colleagues are very active in all their regions, and we are taking the presidency down to the grassroots and making sure that everybody knows what President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing. ITV, you should know that Nnamdi Kanu's case is in court, and the president cannot make any pronouncement on it. So yes, we brought up all the insecurities issues in Southeast, but of course, he abides by the rule of law. So for now, we'll wait for the court to make their decision. Thank you. And our work is in the field. When we go to the field, we'll carry the press there along. We mustn't come here to brief you for you to know that we are working, but we work in our states and in our regions. So I'm sure your regional offices will tell you how often we call them when we're going for activities. In my opinion, and in the opinion of most people, road is everything. We have a president that is connecting the whole of Nigeria through road infrastructure. He's doing Lagos, Calabar, he's doing Calabar to Abuja, he's doing Abuja to Kano, he's doing Sokoto to Badagry, he's doing all the roads. In fact, even the roads he inherited, he did not drop any, he's doing it. And new ones, he's doing it to connect the whole of Nigeria. For the first time in Southeast, Enugu Onitsha is being constructed, and it's constructed on concrete, something that is going to outlive all of us. For the next 50 years, we don't need to come and see potholes on our road. For the first time in Southeast, Owerri Onitsha Road is being constructed, and constructed very well. If you go to that place, like, in fact, even beginning of this year, there was a big gully there. But now, CCECC, they are working on it, and they are doing it. For the first time in Southeast, the Enugu-Port Harcourt Road, that is our nerve center that connects us to Port Harcourt. Enugu-Onitsha Road connects us to Onitsha and to our biggest market in Southeast. we have roads. We have roads connecting us. We report less mortality rates. We report less people dying on our roads. And we are telling President Tinubu, thank you for these roads. Thank you for not dropping any of them, and thank you for including Southeast in the scheme of things. Our people are saying, yes, this president has come and this president has remembered Southeast. Last, I don't want to say, I'm from Ebonyi State. That's my state. In fact, my governor will tell you that for the past 16 years, that there was no federal government project in Ebonyi State. My own is more than 16 years. I have not seen any federal government project in Ebonyi State. But now we are seeing our road being constructed. We are seeing our bridges being built. In fact, the artisan bridge in Enugu, when it fell and the governor called the Minister of Works, he came and within a record time, he has put the bridge in order and things are working. Not doing it only in Southeast, each region is feeling his presence. He's doing things in each region so that everything, so that everyone can work simultaneously. Then on our funding, we work with companies in our regions. We get our funds through CSR. Yes, we are not being funded, but we think outside the box to make sure that we represent our people. We go to the MDAs and let them know that, yes, like NEL Fund, how many people, I call the MD, how many people in Southeast have you paid their school fees this semester? I want the statistics. I want to know people that are taking the loan. I want to know schools that are not taking the loan. The schools that are not taking the loan, I call the vice chancellors. You have not been taking this loan. This loan is from federal government. Take it. It's good for the north. It's good for the south. It should be good for the east. It's for federal government of Nigeria, for all of us. So we try to bring the policies of the federal government to the people. When the president signed the tax law, we had meetings in all our regions. I had meetings with the market women in the 5 states of the Southeast. I converged them in Enugu and told them, this is what president has signed. This is how it's going to affect you. This is what the president has put in place so that if you're being affected negatively, you can report. So that is our work as community engagement, taking the presidency to the grassroots and telling them this is what the president is doing, and if you have any issue, you should get back to us. Our greatest weapon as community engagers is feedback. We launched the Citizens Assembly across all the regions so that we can get people to talk to us. We have liaison officers in all the local governments in all our regions. We have our website where we publish what we are doing, what is happening in the government. We encourage people to talk to us, to tell us what is happening so that we can take it to the presidency, take it to the ministers, take it to any MDA responsible, and they will get feedback. And somebody asked me when Sit at Home is going to finish. I'm not the chief security officer of any state. The governors are the chief security officers of the state, but I can give you feedback from what I get from the communities. In Enugu, they are going to work on Monday. Even the airports are open on Monday. The governor made sure that every office is open on Monday. In Ebonyi State, the same thing. In fact, Ebonyi State started during the period of the last governor, the present Minister of Works. He made sure on Mondays he will go around, the market must be open. He made sure that people are going to the market, people are going to their offices. Anambra, the governor is working. Professor Soludo is working also to curb sit at home in Anambra. It's not something that is going to stop overnight, but it's something that they are working on. Even when I spoke with Imo governor, he also said yes, that he's looking at all those flashpoints, all those regions that he's attacking them one by one to end insecurity in Imo State. The same thing with Abia. In fact, Abia is doing a good job. Abia has also started fixing all the bad roads in Abia State. There was a road in Abia State, Port Harcourt Road, that the gully in Port Harcourt Road the depth is as big as this room. He built it. Within the second tenure of office, he has repaired most of the bad roads in Abia State. In fact, he told them that if you drop any piece of paper on the floor, you pay a fine, and that his citizens that collect it. So everybody is mindful. And if you go to Aba, that used to be the dirtiest city in Nigeria, it's very clean. So I want to commend my governors in Southeast. They are working, and we are seeing what they are doing. And we are trying to encourage them and say, yes, you have put this in place. Try and do this for the citizens so that so that our citizens can be happy, so that our citizens can go to work, our citizens can come out. So I can't tell you categorically when Sit at Home is going to stop in Southeast, but I can tell you that we are working on it. We are not resting on our oars.
Okay, thank you so much. I just want to be a special assistant to the President on Community Engagement for the Northwest region. We had just a meeting with Mr. President where we highlighted to him the activities of our offices at various zones. For the Northwest region, we have highlighted to Mr. President the level of out-of-school children, which through my office we've been able to enroll these young, vulnerable children into primary schools. We give them education materials, we give them exercise books, uniforms, and all that they require so that they go back to school. That is one. Secondly, we highlighted to Mr. President the Vompa harvest. Thank God this season a lot of people have cultivated their lands and the land has been green, but the only challenge has always been the issue of fertilizer, which this will table to Mr. President and he will address it. Thirdly, we discussed about the need for voter registration, so that this is what part of the thing we're doing across the 6 geopolitical zones. We are sensitizing our youth, those that have not gotten their voters card, to make sure they go and get their voters card. Then on the programs of government, the Presidential Community Engagement Team is more or less the bridge between the federal government and the people at the grassroots. So we take like the feedback to Mr. President on what is happening, especially in terms of his programs and policies. We disseminate these policies and programs to the grassroots and we get the feedback. Some of these programs that are laudable, that we have been doing town hall meetings and engaging the people at the community to enroll in, are programs like the student loan, which we all know students have been enrolled by the federal government. We do sensitization on that. On the tax reform bill, we have had calls to go to our various zones and do this engagement so that people get acquaintance and get to know what is it that is entailed in this new tax reform bill. There are other laudable programs of Mr. President that we take to the communities so that people get aware of these policies and programs, because we've never had this office, just like my colleagues have said, Office of the SSAs on community engagement. So we thank Mr. President for giving us this opportunity, and Mr. President has assured that this meeting will continue.